Yo, what's up? Bright Idea Sports. Been a minute. Month of
Yes,
Sundays.
yes, it has, man.
Yes, it
Welcome
has.
back.
I know,
Welcome
man.
back.
We've been back, been busy at work. I'm sorry. Try to post a little stuff here and there, just let y'all know we still alive. Bright Idea
You know what I'm
Sports.
saying?
We definitely we still alive. It's just hey, it's all new for us. Football's easy. Basketball's a different animal. It's a lot of
Yeah,
sports to watch. Learning
yes,
how
it
to
is.
do all that because hey, we got day jobs. This is just for fun. Like, but well, hey, what's up, everybody? Man, we're happy to be back. Marcus, he's here. I guess we got done with his meetings tonight. My son just
Yeah.
walked in here a little while ago. I went to the park earlier, got it out the way. So I did my daddy duty. So what's been up, man? How you been?
Yeah, man, trying to get into this golf game, arm and back hurting. I got to get myself together, man.
It's a
This
good
this is
sport.
some serious.
It's a
This
it's a good
serious.
it's a good sport. When you start hitting it right, you're gonna be like, ooh, I want it more, and you're gonna upgrade your clubs and everything. You think every time you go to the golf store, you're gonna be like, man, I need that. I think I need that. I think I need that. Yeah, because this thing right here, this watch, when you get it, oh man, that gives you your distances, the time. You can control your. Oh man, I got speakers, I got cigar holder like Chris. It's crazy. It's crazy. So man, we got to finish up with we didn't get to do the Super Bowl. I think we did Super Bowl the week of, didn't we? I think we might
Hmm.
have. We did
Yeah,
choosing the winners. I
yeah,
was right. I think you chose
yeah.
Kansas City, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, so we didn't bet nothing, but I did get a prize that y'all saw on the page. I got to see meet Gronkowski, the guy that caught some touchdowns in the Super Bowl. That was pretty cool, man. Got off the plane in Miami. We went to this little hole in the wall restaurant that I like, and I just kept looking like it. And I was like, man, that fellow over there looked familiar, man. That's sitting by me. I was like, whatever. And I looked again. I was like, man, that's Gronk. As soon as I said it, he like looked over his shoulder. He's like, damn, somebody see me. But we was talking, man. I talked about football maybe like a couple of sentences, man. But after that, he was just chilling. It looked like he'd been fishing. That's what he looked like. He looked like a professional. He had the little wraparound shades and the long sleeve shirt that's not hot but still cool. You know how they wear the little Colombian
Hmm. Yeah,
kind
I
of
know what you're
shirts
talking about.
with the vent in
Yeah.
it. So he was just chilling, man. And we were sitting there right on the Miami River, like downtown Miami. And that's where I guess the boats that are not on the big houses, that's where they park over there in the marina because it's cheaper. So we sitting
Hmm.
there, and all of a sudden this boat comes by, and you can tell they shooting like a rap video, of course. It had like 20 girls just with just nothing on, just you know, just delish. And he was looking at me. He's like, when I was getting ready to go, I said, Gronk, I got to get the ceremonial picture. He was like, you sure you want a picture with me or you want a picture with them? I said, told me, he said, we should jump off into the water and swim over there. I said, well, I'm here with my wife and my kid. I don't know if I can come back to my life as easy as you can. So I'm gonna stay up here on the shore. You go ahead and jump, and I'll watch and hope you enjoy. So it was pretty cool meeting. But sports, it's back. We got some big events getting ready to take place. Of course, here in Atlanta, you know what they're about to do. What's your feeling
Right.
on that, Marcus? On the All Star game
Man,
coming here and being a super spreader event.
it never amazed me the power of money and promotion over health and wellness that happens in this country, man. It's just a travesty. Not only just the NBA putting on this game and putting these guys amongst other guys from different areas and at risk of contracting COVID-19, but just the number of people who have to come to the city from the neighboring states and probably from others to party and get it up and have a good time, man. This pandemic is not over. It's still rolling. We trying to get better, but you keep doing stuff like this, we'll never get out the woods, man. So I really am not even thrilled about it because I'm just like, man, this city is about to be a ticking time bomb for COVID-19 cases.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, the city really hasn't stopped. I mean, because I think you got your people that they go out in moderation, meaning like I'm gonna go to a restaurant, but I'm gonna sit outside or blah blah blah.
Hmm.
I'm kind of like that.
Hmm.
If it's outside, I can sit on the heater, or now that it's getting warm, it's warmer, sit outside. Well, they got us, pretty much this is going to bring together the people that's been comfortable with going into clubs all over the country. So, like,
Right.
the clubs from Milwaukee, the people that's been kicking it, the people in Atlanta that's been kicking it, the people in LA that's been kicking it, they all going to come together. And they just,
Birmingham.
oh,
Come
yeah,
on.
definitely. They
Half of
coming.
Birmingham gonna be over here.
Oh, yeah, you know that. You know that for sure. Even if it's just a one-day event. I mean, because that's what it
Right.
is, right? It's a one-day event.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so, yeah. So,
Party
sliding.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah,
The
and
party.
LeBron, he sounded early, like a couple weeks ago, he was against it. Like, I don't understand. You're trying to, we're already telling each other not to go out, hang out, stay with your team, stay in the hotel, blah, blah, blah. And then we got to do this. But, LeBron's the face of the NBA. So whatever's eventually what the commissioner says, he's probably going to have to, roll with the punches. He'll be there. I guess that was the trade-off was they just going to be one day, you know what I mean, versus staying here all weekend, Thursday to Sunday, Monday morning.
Contact only takes 15 minutes, man.
That's all you need.
That's what's associated with contact. So whether it's one day or 3 days, I mean, it's still the possibility of these contacts happening and then traveling to their respective parts of the country, taking what they have. And these variants are real, man. They spreading around. They more contagious. They're more deadly. I mean, I just don't understand the whole concept because the science is there and they claim they're going by science, but you take chances and you could even today, just taking a chance and going out without a mask, that's a chance you take to get COVID. I'm hearing stories of people who hadn't had it the whole pandemic and finally got it
because these strains are a little bit stronger, right?
Right. They're more contagious and people letting their guards down. And all I can say, people, we're not out the pandemic. Keep wearing your mask, wash your hands, socially distance, man. That's all you can do right now. You might not be eligible to get the vaccine. You can't worry about that. You got to keep doing what it is you can do right now.
Yeah, definitely. So NBA, they're getting ready to come to town, and we own the NBA to start the season off. Some good games last night. I mean, I got games on right now. A lot of people sitting, but it looks like that
Right.
Celtics and the Raptors game looking good. Clippers and Wizards. The Wizards, the Wizards started off terrible, but the Wizards will walk you down and make you get your win because they get some good wins. They right now tied up with I don't know what it is. Like maybe it's clicking for them.
They hit shots. Yeah, that's the thing. They hit their shots, man. Mm-hmm. That's why they stay in the game.
Definitely, and they got some knockdown. You got your boy, the redhead assassin, on the team. So, but that's starting off with last night. Your boy got to come to town. Marcus got to come to town to see his old team, and he gave him a triple dub, 29, I think 14 and 10 rebounds. I think he had, or 10 assists and 14 rebounds. That's a pretty good stat line. I know we did a show a little bit back, and we can kind of know, like, man, how's Harden gonna play? Harden's a basketball player, bro. Like I say this now, like I just thought he was a ground and pound, blah. He only know one way to play. Oh no. The passing is he knows how to, like, because basketball now is like drive and kick. He knows that he has that much attention. It's just he's like a magician, bro. Like Steve Nash, like reincarnated right now.
What was James Harden before he went to Houston? He was in OKC coming off the bench, winning 6 year. He knows how to play ball. You got it right. And he's always been able to get he's been in a role where he wasn't the primary scorer and he had to get other guys involved. So there ain't nothing new to him. And Houston to me was just his ability to show off his own personal showcase.
That's it, because he never had nobody else really around him, and they said, hey, the offense is gonna be around you. Well, hell, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm going to dribble for 15 seconds, and I'm going to pull it up, from wherever I want to. But it was a good game at first. Houston probably was riding on emotions, but emotions can only take you so far. And then the buckets. I was listening to Brad Daugherty on NBA Fast Break on XM, and he said this out loud. He said, this is the best offensive team that's ever been assembled. Scoring wise, not like just overall. He's saying, he gave us a scenario. He said, okay, your coach, week before, 2 days before, night before, whatever, we got a game plan. We're going to stop Harden. So the NBA is all about moving the ball and, trying to get the defense on the move so you can catch them in the switch. he says Harden drives, and you can do everything right. You can come and double it when it was time, but when you double it, he's kicking it to Kyrie. So now Kyrie and your defense got to rotate back. Now Kyrie has a man running at him who's already quick as a cat. That's just eating into that's got you. You know, I'm going around you as soon as I give you one deke and I'm gone. And then when Kyrie comes to the lane, realize, oh, he's a little too tall for me, gonna kick it to KD. And then when KD drive, your defense just now getting back, trying to get over there, and that back man gonna rotate. Guess what he gonna do? Throw the lob to to the big boy. I was like, wow, I never thought of it that way. He said they demand so much attention. I'm starting to think, man, Marcus, they gonna come out the East and they gonna get to it.
Well, I'm putting it to you like this, Kev. Pressure busts a pipe. And that's what's going to make the difference with this team, not just those three, but also the other guys that are playing with them. Because these guys haven't been in that situation before. They ain't been past the first round. So you're about to go on a journey with these guys. That pressure is going to be tough. And we're going to really see, because an experienced team like Miami who can handle pressure. Mm-hmm. You know, Doc Rivers in Philly, I think he got them in a mind frame where they can handle pressure. You know, teams like that who have been to an Eastern Conference final or who have been past the first round, mm-hmm. they're going to have to prepare their other teammates to be able to perform at this same level. We both know regular season basketball different from playoff basketball.
Definitely.
So can these three carry this team through a playoff season and get all the way through all those pressures without having those other guys step up and do what they need to do? So I'm interested to see how they do it.
You got them going to the finals in the Eastern Conference, though, right?
I do, yeah. But I don't see them like sweeping every round. I see them playing.
No. I'm saying on sheer bucket, because I mean, like I said, what's my boy's name? DeAndre. What's his last name? The big boy, Jordan. DeAndre Jordan. But I forgot about Joe Harris. I mean, he can knock him down. You know, he's shooting 49% from. I guess he's the best 3-point shooter in the league right now, at least statistical wise. But I mean, they tough. I mean, because the NBA is about scoring and a couple of defensive stops.
Yeah, you remember back in about 93, 94, that Orlando Magic team, and they got to the finals, and Nick Anderson was the best 3-point shooter in the league, and he couldn't hit nothing.
Yeah. You think that's going to happen today? Hey, I mean, it does. Pressure does bust it. You're right. Pressure does bust it. But it was good to see J.P. Harden come to town and do his thing to his old team. You know, hey, he's on to better things. He left there really ugly. You know, now he's trying to backtrack and kind of clean up the. You know, I don't think he really wanted to do it. He asked to be traded. I think that could have been his team telling him he got to get ugly with him to make him.
He don't look like he can destroy you, but good God, just tear you.
That's what Darty said. He said Harden. He said Harden, when he was still with Houston this year, he said he came out there one time, no haircut. He said he looked like he'd been drinking beer. His belly looked big, and then he gave you 40. Yeah. Gave you 40 with a gut. Like, so it lets you know he's a basketball player. He can score the basketball. But, hey, man, it's going to be exciting to see, man. Brooklyn's on fire. I saw somebody walking today coming out of a store, as a white gentleman. He said, I had a Nets shirt. I said, well, you got your little team there? He said, the best money can buy. So yeah, man. So that was definitely funny. So another game last night, and I'm just kind of probing the games that was worthwhile talking about, was the battle of the big man, the new Joel Embiid, who's listening to all of the critics saying he needs to be a 30 and 12, 15 guy versus a 25 and 8 guy like he was last year. I think an animal's been awakened in Philadelphia. He's looking good, brother. He took a little beating on Rudy Gobert, because they got a little history where he said he's the best defensive player in the league, and because he can score and defend, kind of takes it that he don't get to make first team all NBA defense, and he showed it last night. Yeah,
man. Embiid had a
battle, y'all. It's spelled TT, and I got an L.
He had a slow start to his career, man, because he was injured and all that stuff. And I think they were really being careful with him. And, sometimes when you're a dog and then you get around all these people that's taking care of you, oh, don't do this, or don't pick that up, I got this. Then you start to get lazy and you start to think, oh, well, they supposed to do this for me. And I think finally the critics did get in his head, and he went in the offseason. And also, I think because of how they lost in the playoffs last year, I think he understood he needed to get his stuff together, man. And he has all the skills, ability, and physical attributes to dominate the NBA. He has the chance to do that, but it's been the mindset of him all these years. So I'm real happy to see him balling out, and like seeing him step up to the plate because I really do think Philly is a sneaky team out the East because they finally got a coach that's been able to teach them and give them the mentality that they need to succeed.
I don't think they ever respected a coach. But Doc not having that. Doc from the west side of Chicago, Maywood, went to Proviso East. You know, he grimy, you know.
Right.
Glenn Rivers. Right. Don't call me Doc. I'm Glenn. My name is Glenn Rivers. It was a good game. Officiating a little bit, you know, fishy. And, you know, of course, Donovan Mitchell came on after the game saying that they got to get it together because he got ejected, as y'all saw if you saw the game last night. But, I mean, I think this was pretty much, you know, Joel Embiid, you know, a game that is coming out, even more of a coming out year for him. He's definitely in shape too. That's another thing. His stamina and shape. He don't look tired and worn down. He's got a different look at him. I mean, you got to worry about the Nets, maybe Milwaukee. I mean, it's gonna be good. The East is super top heavy though. You know, super top heavy. These
two teams were the teams that lost in, you know, kind of hurtful ways in the playoff bubble last year. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what motivated both of them to get off onto a good start and come out in this fashion because I just think they still had that fire in them from last year. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we'll see how it turns out, but I like it because it's finally flipping as far as who's on the top, who's in the, you know, running the league, and it ain't the same old, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And my third one, from last night, that's kind of how we're going to do this, folks. We're going to give us a couple nights. The night we come on, we're going to do a couple of the good games. But my favorite last night was this right here, buddy. Ooh, TJ. TJ McConnell won me some money in DraftKings last night. He was like 0.9% owned. Oh, boy, what a gem. If y'all don't know, TJ McConnell, that's the white guy in the picture there, he had 9 steals in the first half. 9 steals. In the end of the game, he had a stat line of, I think it was 14, 11 or something like that. But he was the first player since Mookie Blaylock in 1998 to have a game, a stat line that the triple-double included steals. Because most people get assists, rebounds, and points. TJ was all over the place, man. He's a Philadelphia guy, too. I didn't know that. I thought TJ might have been from Indiana the way he was playing because I always think really good white basketball players come from Indiana and Kentucky for some odd reason. I mean,
who was out for Indiana to get him to play?
I think not McDermott, the other boy. What's his name? I mean the Holidays were there, but they really role players on that team. If you ever watch them play, I want to say Jeremy Lamb was out, so he came in. But TJ normally backs up Brogdon, but he was rolling last night, man. TJ, he plays basketball like, I mean, if he had the size of a Harden, if you watch how he plays, he knows how to drive deep into the lane and get people open shots. So that definitely was a gem last night to see him get those numbers like that. Staying local. What now, you know? Staying local with our local team, the Atlanta Hawks. So if y'all haven't, I mean, everybody probably knows by now, the Hawks head coach Lloyd Pierce got let go this week, saying that the reports I saw on the Athletic, David Aldridge said that not only Trey was everybody thinks Trey was the reason because they had a kind of contentious relationship. They said a lot of other players were against, or at least with him getting released. And they said this is all the way back into last year. So he probably lost the team a long time ago. So here we are. So Travis Schlennick, I think that's how we say our general manager's name. He let him go, and we went with Nate. And Nate McMillan, being the assistant coach and a real good friend with Lloyd, he kind of felt weird about getting it. He kind of talked to Lloyd from what I heard through the reports on local radio. And Lloyd said, no, man, go ahead and take it. We gotta go. Just keep going. It's the nature of the beast. But I didn't like him getting fired. I want you to live out your contract, see if it work out. I mean, the thing is, these players gotta buy in. And we went
Right.
to a
And
lot of
something,
Hawks games. They don't buy in.
well, I think something was said or wasn't said that caused a lot of friction in that locker room, man. And I think that's why he ended up getting fired, because he didn't really have that authoritative voice to keep everybody in line. And you could see it when some of the players was bickering with each other. I heard a report that Trae Young and John Collins got into it, and like you said, they weren't buying in. But they beat down the Heat last night
And then
with
let you
Nate.
think, and it makes me think, like, and I know people say, like, listen to Eddie Johnson on NBA radio. He always saying people don't throw games like that. When we get in the court, we want to win. Like,
Right.
I was like, well, I don't know, these young kids, they get into their emotions, man. Man, look.
But it's not throwing games, is effort, lack of effort. You notice in the NBA, the best ball that's played is usually in the fourth quarter. Because why? Everybody's giving their best effort because the game is on the line. And the teams that are most successful are the ones that are able to give that effort the most during the game. It's kind of hard to do that for 48 minutes. But if you can do it for the majority of the game, you're usually going to dominate. I think that's what happened with the Hawks, is that they weren't performing in that fourth quarter, and maybe the coach wasn't demanding enough of them to get them to do what they needed to do. Trae had a terrible game, but he scored 13 points in that fourth quarter because he knew he had to make a difference, and he said it himself. So I think that this will help with the atmosphere on the team, but long term, I don't know if the Hawks will end up keeping Nate though. They'll try to get somebody new and up and coming.
Yeah, I think that. I didn't think he was going to be there long. I thought he was going to be the stepping stone, kind of a Mark Jackson scenario, hopefully, but it's not working out. We still behind schedule here. Collins holding out for max money. Collins is not a max player. I don't know what he thinks. He's not a role player. He's a associated player. Like, he can play off of a superstar is the word I want to say.
He's Horace Grant.
That's Horace Grant. That's what he Draymond Green.
Right,
but not saying he doesn't have a high IQ, but he doesn't affect the game like Draymond does. But that's what he is. I mean, they gave him 86 million. He wants 100 and something. I'm like, no, if anybody gives you that, they overpaying. And I think in this time after this new CBA and all that, these high price salaries is about to go away, because this is crazy. It's going to be definitely.
Well, he also sees that Capella can replace him pretty easily.
Yeah, catch and lob. I mean, you have to shoot three, protect the rim, do something else. I mean, because, hey, we'll see what happens. So, like we said earlier, the All-Star game is coming to Atlanta, Georgia. Eastern Conference is kind of set. This was the records prior to today's games, I think. I can't remember. But as you see, top to bottom, 1 through 8, it's a lot of teams that can kind of get in there. Hawks still got a chance, the way the bottom is in the East. But the top is heavy with the big boys, 76ers, Brooklyn, Giannis. Giannis looks like a different animal too. What do you think about him?
I think that the addition of Holiday has helped him out tremendously.
Oh, yeah. Take some pressure off him.
He got 2 players that he can throw that ball to, and they'll make that shot.
Yeah.
Giannis getting the ball in the middle of the floor and heading to the hole, that's not a good strategy. Mm-hmm. And I blame coaching for that. So look like they're getting away from that, and that's a good thing for him. But, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, because when they get rolling, they're a pretty good team.
Oh, yeah. They got some nice bench players, Connaughton and DiVincenzo, and every now and then Bryn Forbes come up. But I'm surprised with Portis. Portis been playing pretty good with a new change of scenery. Because I guess Lopez is starting to get a little older, so he don't be wanting to bang like that no more. So I look at the stat line every night, and Portis had a nice little game stat out. 12 points, 6-7 rebounds, and that's off the bench in 20 minutes of play. So pretty good. An unfamiliar face, Boston. We already know they're there, but they got some issues they have to work on. The New York Knicks. That's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
They finally playing defense. They finally playing defense. They rebounding, and I always thought Julius Randle was a dog, and he is really shining. He's shining this year up there in New York, man. And I think they just had enough high picks that they could put something together to be, somewhat of a reputable, formidable team. But I don't know. I still think D Rose coming kind of helps with the young guys' growth. But I think the defense is the difference for
Oh
the
yeah.
Knicks, right?
See, the thing with the Knicks is they play great defense, but man, they have the I think they have the worst 3-point wide open 3-point shooting percentage. So like I guess somebody that some little stat cruncher has a stat where the percentage that your players hit when they're wide open. And the Knicks, they say they just can't hit shots. Like if they can get that three ball to fall, because I mean that's the NBA. You got to either shoot a three or make a dunk. They might be a little forced to working with. You know, Obi's starting
They
to come
said,
into.
if they said this spot, I could see the Knicks going and get a shooter in the
Oh
free
yeah,
agent in
they
trade market.
they need to get one quick. I could because Reddick wants to come back to the East Coast for some what I've been hearing. So hey, New
Okay.
Jersey up, you know that'll be a nice knockdown shooter they need. And of
Yeah.
course, going toward the bottom, the Charlotte Hornets. Michael Jordan has a team that's looking like it's going to be on the up and up. That young fellow there, that ball there, that ball there, that ball
Yeah.
there was the one. That's the one he probably was talking about, but he was hyping other two up.
He did. He said that one was going to be the best one. That's what he
Oh
told
my
me.
goodness, he was not
Yeah.
lying. He was not lying. And
Yeah.
we'll talk about him a little bit later. The Heat, they got their players back. They're starting to get healthy now because they were playing a lot with some injured guys. But teams starting to come together. Dragic's foot seems like it's okay. None in and out of the lineup, but he's pretty good. And the Vincent, the rookie Vincent, he's playing
Hmm.
pretty well. Once they get rolling, I think hey, it's going to be pretty interesting. I guess they still need to get back. What's my brother from the guy from Portland that plays with them now? White guy played at Wisconsin or somewhere up there. Can't think of his name. Pretty hair. Got the pretty hair. It's on the tip of my tongue. It'll come to me. And of course the Toronto Raptors. Rumor reports saying Kyle Lowry might be on the move. The Raptors
Yeah.
may be going, and I heard the Clippers are in need of a point guard like
Yeah.
his caliber.
They are. I think Toronto is fat and happy with winning that national championship and winning that championship. And I think they just like, we'll start over.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they got
you
it. They
know,
got what they wanted. They got what they wanted. So
yeah,
it's interesting. And the bottom's rounding out. You know that's going to change around that 7-8 range, and any of these guys can get in. I'm really pulling for the Wizards to get in for some odd reason. I don't know why I want them to get in there, but that'll be a nice look. Moving on to the next group of people, the West. Utah Jazz, pretty good team. Best 3-point shooting team, but they run into a buzzsaw every now and then, like the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans, ooh, Pelicans, they
yeah,
starting to heat up, Marcus. Your boy is starting to
yeah.
heat up.
Man, I think Zion didn't he once again coming to the league, you injured, they want to be soft with you, take your time, and you not your full dog, or you don't understand how good you actually can be. And when he made the All-Star team, his whole mentality didn't change. This dude, he'll come in trying to take over everything. He's
Yes, he
shooting over 60%
definitely,
in
definitely,
in the
definitely, he
paint.
definitely
I
does.
mean, this dude doing his thing, man.
He uh when Zion gets to the goal, like that's it. It's over. It's not.
Too wide.
He kind of missed a couple of free throws last night. I think is what was the issue last night. If he came back out, and that's pretty nice that he did that. I mean, he cared about his craft. So,
Hey, he watched the Kobe story. That's what happened. He's
oh
like,
yeah,
Kobe, what
yeah,
would
they definitely gonna
WWK,
make a run there. Um,
WWKD, what would Kobe do?
uh, the Suns looking like we expected them to be. I didn't expect them to be two, but the Clippers in the name range and the Lakers, these are normal names. Portland starting to catch back on now. They the injury bug's riding with them because they've been playing without CJ and Nurkic for a while. Some games they look great, then some games they get pummeled. But you know they live and die by Dame. It's a lot of responsibility for him because I'm sure he's touching the ball every time down the court. So it's a
But
lot
Kev,
on him.
look at the list. The Jazz lost in the conference finals. They were pissed about that. The
Mm-hmm.
Suns went on that bubble run and didn't make the playoffs. They were
Mm-hmm.
pissed about that. The Clippers didn't even make the conference final. They pissed
Mm-hmm.
about that. Portland went on a run and they made the playoffs and the Lakers took them out. Pissed
Mm-hmm.
about that. This first half is all about teams who failed last year, who came into the season mad and ready to go. Look at Denver at number 7. They made it to the conference final. They think they did everything. And look what happened to
They
them.
was gassed by the time they got to the Lakers though.
So
They
look
had
at them
no
now.
more.
they just like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the thing, look at Dallas. Dallas, you know, they were a little more successful than they thought. Look at where they are now. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that the second half will be a different mentality. I wouldn't be shocked to see Denver move up. I wouldn't be shocked to see Dallas move up. I wouldn't be shocked to see a Portland move down or a Suns fall some, because
Mm-hmm.
the thing is that intensity, you have to play with that the whole season.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't see in a lot of these NBA teams and how they built. They don't have that idea.
Mm-hmm. Uh, and that's what I was saying. Like like you just said, those teams that's teetering, like the Spurs. I think Popovich finally now has he's been removed from the Tim Duncan years now. He's put together a team that matches today's NBA. They
Exactly.
inside out, and they discipline. They're in every game. They lost to who they lose to the other night. They lose to Cleveland or Detroit. I can't remember who they were up. One of those teams. But DeJounte Murray, DeRozan, they're always talking about him shooting the mid range, never shooting the three, but he's giving up. He getting out the ball. He getting everybody on that team involved. He drives and kicks, and they knock him down. Because LaMarcus Aldridge, none of that in the post. Some nights you can do that, but most nights LaMarcus, he get about 16, about 3.
He got Jay.
Get 3. I'm sorry, I'm talking to Gene and the baby. But they looking good too. I'm looking for the Spurs to make a big run toward the end too. But the West is pretty even. I'm excited about Zion. I wish Sacramento get it together because I'm tired of seeing them on the bottom, and the rest of them they just kind of So that's them going into the Western Conference, and we got the All-Star game starting to come up. Got the rookie list here, Marcus. Only names that stand out to me, these are, of course, y'all know the Rising Stars is not going to be played. They just made a roster for them to be able to just get the award. So LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, these fellas are rookies, and the rest, I think most of the other ones are first years, and Tyler Halliburton is. But out of this class, this LaMelo Ball, buddy, he is the truth. That's your rookie of the year, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. He is the man all the way around. These other guys are okay, but he's the one that makes a difference on a night in, night out basis. Anthony Edwards is hit or miss with him because, sometimes it's due to show up and do what he need to do. And then sometimes, it don't work out that way. So Edwards needs a little bit more consistency. But when I look at the list, that's the dude that I see. And I'm going to give a shout out to old Dort, man. Dort had made him a niche in the NBA with defense, man.
Oh, yeah. And he got heart, man.
Yeah, he got a lot of heart and a lot of guts, man. And I think he can develop his offense a little bit more so he can be an all-around player.
That's gonna come. I think he's because he's the guy that comes to the football team that don't have a position and just athlete. He's just that guy. Right. He can do it all. I like on the international list side, of course, R.J. Barrett. He's up and down. I like Campazzo. He's like he's between T.J. McConnell and J.J. Barea kind of game. He comes in and gives Jamal Murray rest, and he'll give you 20 points too if you're not watching him. And I like Theo Melion from OKC. OKC's young. I see them, eventually getting that together over there because they got some ballers out there. If they just can get consistent and play some better defense, that's the thing. They get so many turnovers and don't defend. So, but Rising Stars not taking place, but All-Star game is. They should be picking tonight. They've probably already done, right? They picked the whole list.
It should have been by now. It's 8 o'clock.
As you see, it was at 8 o'clock tonight on TNT, maybe. I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Team LeBron, Team Durant. Durant's still going to pick a team, even though he's taking a break, which, hey, you're not trying to tear another Achilles. That's not happening. But the player pool, as you see, anybody on this list that you feel that all of them are deserving because they can come into the YMCA and give us 50 if they wanted to. But anybody on this list that somebody else was left off to you that let me take my face off of that real quick.
I'm gonna say Zach LaVine, and only because he score a lot, but they lose,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not a game changer per se. He just seems like he a dude that can score the ball. Like that was the one that stuck out to me. Like, how did he make the doggone All Star team? So, that one. Outside of that one, is hard for me to even. I mean, I guess I could argue Sabonis, but I think he deserves it. But that's the only one that I'm just like scratching my head about. Everything
I
else, I'm
I
pretty cool
I
with.
I'm Sabonis. So to me, All Star is or low level MVP players. That's what I call it. Like you're not the front
Right.
runner because we know who the front runners are, but this is per team. Like without this player, would they be winning? Would they win? Now I say Vucevic because I'm like, how did Vucevic make it over Booker? Like, but Booker, of course,
Right.
got in because Davis got injured, is injured. But how
Right.
did he get in over him? And
Right.
it's just that's the one that one in Sabonis. I mean, Sabonis made it last year. He is. I mean, his numbers are not the same from last year, definitely. But those two, I just don't. I didn't see how they kind of got in over the other one. Nikola Vucevic, that's his name. I'm sorry, but Vuce, he'll give it. He'll give you the business. He'll beat every center except Jokic and Embiid. I mean, just he can take him outside, he can take him inside. He's a baller, but I guess maybe Orlando's not on TV enough for me to
Yeah, every
to
time I look at the stat line, he done bust 20 and 10, 15 rebounds. I'm
yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
okay.
saying. He just quiet and then they like always like because when you play DraftKings enough, you know how the games play, but he's always the 7:30 game. Like he's never the 8 o'clock game. It's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the game that ain't on TV yet. Like the two games they always play. So, but shout out to all the All Stars that are making that thing. Dunk contest, AT&T dunk contest. I'm not excited about this dunk contest at all. Like I think Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon kind of destroyed what we expect from the draft, the dunk going forward. What you think?
Yeah, I think so too, man. But I am interested in seeing Toppin because I think he can get up high and throw some mean down. You know what I'm saying? This might be the year of the power mean dunk. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
could be. Um, Cassius Stanley, he's actually in the G League right now because it's not really working out for him. He went to Duke. That's the first problem. Uh, the second problem is it's just I don't know. I mean, I'm not excited about this at all. These are not dunkers in the
Theo said
game.
that we should do away with the dunk contest, but I think it needs to be more structured. I agree. I think that, man. I think the imagination of these players get kind of wild, man, and it really at the end of the day, you're seeing people, jump over cars, touch the top of the backboard. I mean, all types of things. So I think the NBA should come up with a list of dunks, and you have to pick one of the dunks out of the hat, and that's the dunk you got to do, and you need to do the best one.
I mean, I don't know. The dunk contest is it's rough. I mean, if we can't get Gordon and them to just constantly do it, which they're not, because that's just hell on your knees, I bet. But I'm not excited about the dunk contest because as time is going on, the 3-point shot has become the money. The money I like that more now than I do the dunk contest. If whenever the dunk contest is bad, what you talk about? 3-point contest. 3-point
It's more
contest.
exciting. I mean, it's more objective than subjective because giving a 10 for a dunk is very subjective.
Uh-huh. I didn't have a slide for the 3 points. I thought I did, but I know isn't Steph in there?
I'm not sure. I didn't see I
I
didn't see
thought I
these
thought
guys.
Steph might be in the 3-point contest, which that's where my money going. I'm going with Steph, man. I'm going with Steph. So hey, the All Star game will be here next week. I guess they got two more games maybe for the first half of the season, if not one. And these fellas
No,
get a
play
break.
tonight. That's it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it
so that's
tonight.
it tonight, and they get a break. They get a break. That's actually good for those fellas because they need it. They need it. Now, um, still on the NBA. So I don't know if y'all have follow Twitter and do anything like that, but the NBA has joined partners with this company called Dapper. I think they're out of Vancouver, but and what they do is they kind of set up blockchain, cryptocurrency kind of setups for companies that are trying to get started. I want to say they had Cyber Kitties or something they had. So they made this partnership with the NBA, and it's something called the NBA Top Shot. Now, what is the NBA Top Shot? Give you a quick. So if you're like, most older sports lovers like we are now, I don't know if kids do it still, but we come from the generation where we used to do cards. We get basketball cards, baseball cards. We just kind of do our thing with it. Well, the NBA came up with this company saying, met with this company and said, well, what about if you guys made a digital card? So a digital card, so I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. So I saw this last year. I was kind of like, whatever. But now if you've been following on Twitter, you'll see a lot of stuff talking about NBA Top Shot. Oh, Top Shot this, NBA Top Shot that. So pretty much what it is, it's a virtual card that has value, just like if you had a Jerry Rice rookie card or a LeBron rookie card, so first print type thing. So, or a comic book first print. Well, these cards, they have different levels. So they had a level that's called a common pack. A common pack might cost $9. You get online. So the way you buy it, let me give you how they set it up. So the way they buy it is, you say they send a message out on Twitter or their social media, you get it, and it's telling you, hey, we got this thing here. Get ready to on this day, we're going to do this. So at a certain time on that day, usually the next day, maybe noon, they open up the queue. The queue is a room where you sit and wait. Well, once you get in the queue, you get a randomly assigned number. Now, the most recent pack that just released was $99. This pack had some really valuable cards, like rare, like platinum type things. So I'll get to that in a second. So they had 10,000 packs, but they had 100,000 people waiting. Why does that matter? Because these things have value just like if you had a rookie card. So just going quick. So they have, let me tell you the type of packs. They have 5 types of packs. They have a common pack using $9. You get 9 moments. So these moments are digital. I mean, it's just a film. Like say, for example, somebody dunking on somebody. The next one they're called rare. So rare cards, they only make 150 to 1,000. Why is that important? Because the lower your number, the higher the value of your NBA Top Shot virtual moment. Next, they have legendary. They make 25 to 99 of those, and they usually cost $230 a pack, and you only get 6 moments. I think you get 3 are rare and 1 is legendary. So legendary is rare is usually kind of the ones you get. Now they have another level called Platinum and Ultimate. There are only 3 copies for Platinum and only 1 copy for the Genesis Ultimate. Now, what does that look like? So I'm going to show you what it looks like. So on this right here, as you see, this Steph card is a legendary card. It's number 50, so it's falling in that range of legendary. So 25 to 99 copies. It's $123,000. I have one card that I bought. I'll show mine in a minute so y'all can laugh at it. But what does it look like? So I'm going to show you. So I'm going to click on this one. So for the Steph, this is what it looks like. It'll open up. This is the card. You see the digital moment. Let me get that off because I don't want to get in trouble. But that's what it looks like. So you get that moment of him shooting a 3. Well, Jimmy Butler right here, 39,000, and that's the number 50 card. So those really low numbers, they have value. So it's combining cryptocurrency, and as you saw, Mark Cuban kind of tweeted about it and stuff. And I got one card. I'm going to show you my one card. See my one card. Hold on. Where's my moment? That's why T.J. McConnell got him one today. TJ is my virtual. I have a base person. My card number is 149,000. It's only worth like $30. But I'm definitely gonna try to get in the queue next time because I don't know if you watched it on I think it was Tuesday or I think it was Tuesday. Monday, they released the $99 pack, and they had like a LeBron in there. They had a Trae Young, and like these things now on the market for $25,000. So you spend $100, and you getting 9 cards, 9 moments to make some money. So they're saying this stuff.
But like baseball cards, though, most of them gonna be
definitely
right.
Definitely. I thought that's pretty cool. That's the NBA being very like it's creating something different. I like that. It created a rush, and now it's like just common things. This is what I was trying to show y'all earlier. So this is kind of how the setup is. So your goal is you want to get into this rare and legendary range. You're gonna always run into this common probably, but you get in that rare and legendary. I got a story I like to tell when I was Tuscaloosa growing up. I I was collecting cards and I said, man, I want a Jerry Rice rookie card. And then remember the little card shop inside of the University Mall? They had a little right over. I think it's on the way to Parisian or J.C. Penney, one of the two. And I was in there. The guy had some 86 tops, and I was like, because it was already 89, so I was like, he still got some, man. I'm gonna go in here and get. So the packs were $10, like for one pack. For like what, 10 cards or something like that. It's like $1 card. So I went in there. And he gave me the little thing. It's like I said, yeah. I'm shuffling through them. I'm like, let me get this one right here. This is the one I want. So me and my cousin sitting there, and I was like, man, I spent $10. I'm getting these random cards. I'm like, oh man. The last card was Jerry Rice rookie card. So I held on my Jerry rookie card that whole summer, and I came back to him and I sold it to him for $75 and bought Double Dragon. Hey, Marcus, I sold it to him. I went back. I said, hey, man, remember that card I got? I had it in the sleeve and everything. I said, you can buy it back, $75.
Yeah. Man.
I did it, man. I did that thing, man. So, but yeah, y'all look it up, man. Just kind of Google the Top Shot and see how it's kind of working, and you'll be like, "Whoa, this is pretty interesting. I'm gonna get in on this, especially if it's only costs $10 and I mess around and get a card that's worth $5,000." So,
right.
Hey, yeah. So just try your luck, man. Just make an account. Put you about $50 in there because most of the drops are common drops, but this drop they had on Monday was a rare drop, so they knew it was going to be one legendary card or 3 rares and the rest are commons. So everybody was pretty excited. If you YouTube, you can see all the people opening their packs and seeing they got the low numbers, and they just like, oh, I'm selling this. So pretty cool. Changing directions. We still talk about football here. Woo, man, this right here, bro. What's up with this fellow? CTE all day. Got it.
I totally.
And his dad had it. He got it. I mean,
yeah.
has it. His dad has it. I mean, you never really hear anything from his dad. I'm sure he's like, have some brain injuries. But, I mean, when you read the story, it's pretty sickening. 54-year-old. What was you doing? Like, I don't understand. I mean, he had a promising career. I mean, he's very athletic. He was not first. He was that starting that trend of the in shape, physical specimen tight end, the Aaron Hernandez's, Kellen Winslow, Jeremy Shockey. He was around them same time. So kind of sad that his story going to end with 14 in the pen, man. I hope he gets some counseling and something to help him out. But what you got to say?
Man, I think it's a sad story. Definitely CTE probably plays a big part in this, but if you can look at his career and the way he played, this is indicative of a person who has CTE. And once again, once the brain stops functioning correctly, you start having these different type of manic episodes that he's had and doing very irrational things. And, my heart goes out to him. I'm glad he was able to, plead out in his court cases and at least just get 14 years because they were trying to put him away for life. Yeah. But most importantly, I hope there's some kind of help for him to help him get his life back on track. Great, hell of a player, very physical, catch the ball, played more like a wide receiver than a tight end, and was a baller, man. But I hope he's getting help. Hard to say that in our current justice system of seeing him getting the help he needs. But unfortunately, this is probably just the beginning of the tragedy of his life. So, just got to pray for him and hope that he makes it through, man.
Yeah, I was sitting there thinking, I said, man, I hope this is not a Aaron Hernandez part 2 type scenario, like, But yeah. I mean, that's pretty shocking. Never know what these fellas going through. But moving on. Getting toward the end of this show, Marcus, I got your favorite topic. I put it in there. I was going to talk about some draft stuff, but I was like, it may not be the time yet for it. But Marcus' favorite sport, one of his favorite sports. This weekend, the comic strip himself, the anime project himself, is fighting. What you got?
Man,
give us some insight on these main cards.
This one is going to be entertaining, y'all. If you hadn't seen Nunes fight,
oh yeah, she brings it.
She is tough, man.
Is this the Anderson girl that's from Grand Rapids?
Yes, she's American.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be a
But
pretty good one.
it's gonna be a good one, man. And then I don't know if you've seen Adesanya before, but dude, he tough. He
Yes,
is
sir.
rough.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Blachowicz is really has the physical attributes because this kid fast, powerful, and he get up on you, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
bad. So I'm looking
He
forward to it. This one is actually one that I think is going to be a pretty good knockdown, get it in fight. I'm gonna be talking to Jamu about this one because
Oh
he's gonna have
yeah,
to feel me.
this is the one this the one I've been waiting for. My KJ is over at school now, and I let him use a little cable. Let him use the little thingamajig. So he's like, yeah, man, we gonna be watching this, man. Everybody ready for that fight? I was like, yeah, that Adesanya, man. He can use all his body. He hits you moving away and hits you coming forward. Like I don't know
Yeah,
how you defend something like that. And then he's just flexible. I mean, he'll kick you in a tight space or kick you right in the middle of the ring. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Then he just go dance on you after it's over with. Um, I'm excited about this one. I'm off too. I'm gonna be excited. I work earlier in the day, so definitely maybe over your place.
yeah, man, you watch this
UFC,
fight.
UFC. I saw if Texas, released their restrictions, the UFC said they want a fight in Texas ASAP. That may be the new Fight Island.
It probably will, but it's sure enough gonna be the COVID bomb of the state of the country. If all these people, because I mean, the thing is, they want to fill up stadiums, man. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
these stadiums, these stadiums like church. You gotta have some people in the seat to turn the lights on. You got to,
Man,
got to. Jerry and them paying them bills by themselves right now, using the
hey,
reserve.
they better get Cash App or Venmo or something.
Right,
Drop
they
it.
better get into the games, the money games. Um, Funny stuff I saw on TV this week. This was funny to me, man. I don't know why I think this is crazy, but I think it's here somewhere. There we go. So I was watching Instagram. I always watch sports, and they always show some cool stuff. But this one right here, I don't know if y'all saw this. This is called a take a punch challenge or something like that. I don't know, something crazy. And
Body shot.
body shot challenge. This is Juju Smith getting hit by a real boxer, not like another teammate, a real boxer that's stepping into punches.
Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, 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 oh,
Look at his toes starting to curl. Look at
man. How many he supposed to take? He
oh
gonna
my
throw up.
oh
He
my goodness. How many how many could you have taken, Marcus?
one, uno. I probably would have fainted when the first one hit
Man,
me. I
look,
probably
I posed that question to Hugh and them yesterday, man. He was said, I zero, I shoot him. He said zero. I shoot him. He said we're not even getting that far. He said, man, you see how hard he hitting him? I was like, yeah, he's cold cocking him, bro. He's hitting him. But that's pretty funny. I think that was so. I wonder what he felt like after. Did he feel like he did sit ups, or did he really feel like he? Because that thing's got to be metal plated in there, right? To
nah.
that's
Uh-uh.
just a pad.
It's that cardboard on the backside that you hit the pad on. That's what that is.
Ooh, good lord.
Everything's soft.
But he took a lot of shots though. That's a
Yeah,
lot of shots, and that was powerful shots. Like he was hitting. Like they tell you when you punch, you're supposed to put it all on this knuckle and make sure it go down the radius. Yeah, he
yeah.
was he was giving all that. So tomorrow, y'all, I don't know what y'all doing. I don't know what
Man,
y'all doing, but I hope they don't mess up a classic. I'm kind of upset that they did this to a classic, but coming to America, 33 years, I think. I think I asked Alexa today. Alexa, when was Coming to America 1? 33 years ago. That's crazy. So Simi and what's Arsenio's name in there?
Hakeem.
Akeem, my bad. Akeem and Simi will be coming back tomorrow on Amazon. I'm excited. I think I'm gonna be drinking a little bit of something just to see. I
But
don't know how I
Kev,
feel.
you coming to America is one of those
You don't
movies that
touch.
but I'm saying, and that's why I think this one's gonna work is because a lot of the jokes are very subtle in the show in the movie that if you ain't listening, you'll miss it. You know what I'm saying? You know how you'll laugh and then they'll say something and you miss it and it adds to the joke? I think this is going to be one of those Eddie Murphy clever movies where, like, for instance, the barbershop scenes, I think the things they going to say be some classic lines. I think when he go back and revisit Sexual Chocolate, I think it's going to be some classic with that.
The barbershop's probably going to be the best scene.
Yeah, I think those familiar scenes that he recreates is what's going to be the hit of the show. And these other ones, I'm just surprised to see what they're going to do. But I'm confident.
How Wesley Snipes is funny. I mean, maybe he got a funny card since he's been locked up for the financials, not paying them taxes. But another thing, because I'm like real particular too when I look at movies. Like, I just hate when a movie's super sharp. Like the clarity of the movie. Like, does that cheapen it to you? Like, do you think like when you see a movie, like, man, they shot this with an iPhone camera and they didn't put no type of post something coloring or something in it. It's like,
hey man, they went to Tyler Perry Studios. These are the top of the line cameras.
Actually, they shot it at right across the street from his old studios. Like, it's an Armenian guy owns it now. Right, this got shot right across the street from Greenbrier. Shouted. Right across the street, right across the street. They had their premiere last night. I saw some pictures with Rick Ross and what's the blonde hair big girl that do comedy? Luella?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. She rolls with not Kevin Hart, but Cat Williams and them.
Yeah, Lunell.
Yeah, Lunell. She said it was pretty good. They liked it. So I don't know if that was because they was already on the free drinks and free food and it was a good movie, or it was truly a good movie. But I'm pretty excited because last weekend was the release of Tom and Jerry. So, you got a 4-year-old, you got to watch that. It was terrible. It was terrible. I was like, man, let me watch Tom and Jerry, bro. You can't mess Tom and Jerry up like that.
You take an hour and a half for Tom and Jerry, man. I can only watch a couple episodes, and I'm like, okay, man, Tom.
I can only watch the cartoon. I can't even watch. It was just crazy how it was a good plot, how you got them to be fighting each other, but it just was. It was
number one question: They still not talk?
Nah, they can't talk. You know that they just write and move their hands. But every other animal, Spike could talk.
Right. Everybody else can talk. Tom and Jerry, they talk.
I don't understand why Tom and Jerry and Wile E. Coyote and them can't talk, man. Why they just, well, Wile E. Coyote could talk. He'd talk to the camera every now and then. He was very intellectual, to be exact.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, man, we up against that 1 hour window where we talk about this stuff, y'all. It's good coming back, chatting y'all up. Hopefully we'll be back again next week. Because life sometime catch up with you. I wish we could do it every day, but we can't. Marcus, you got anything else?
Hey, man, y'all continue to be safe out there. Keep enjoying sports with a social distance. And, we'll see y'all again, hopefully very soon.
Hey, that's good. Me too, man. So that's Bright Idea Sports. We's out of this thing. Peace.